Visit sportsbookreview.com to learn more about BetOnline and its A-plus rated platform on the link below. Friday, February 2nd. This is Sportsbit Betting Insight today from SBRpicks.com. It is the last show before the Super Bowl. So I'm not going to open with bad beats, bad bets, bad books. Let's talk Super Bowl for a minute because we've gone through the whole week. We've talked what the wise guys do. We've gone through the props. We did a full big game breakdown, about 11, 12 minutes of analysis on Patriots, Eagles. You can see all of that in the archives. You can check for them on sportsbookreview.com. You can check them out on YouTube, wherever you like to see. But for today, let's recap it. What's actually going on? What we've seen in the last 24 hours is twofold. One, we've seen over money, and the first real over money in the Super Bowl. 48.5 getting out there. There's a chance we could see 49s by kickoff. What does this mean for you? If you like the over, bet it now. If you like the under, wait. Real simple. The other thing we've seen, look at the tweet from Jason Simbal, and there was about 10 of these I could have used from yesterday around Las Vegas. Jason Simbal from CG Technology in Vegas. Eagles money keeps flying in. We just took another six-figure wager on Philadelphia money line. It's been consistent Eagles money. There was a thought process that, you know what, once Gronk got cleared from his concussion protocol, which happened, that we start to see some buyback on New England. It's been all Philly money so far. Well, guess what? That hasn't happened, and it didn't happen. We may see it over the weekend. Again, 95% plus of all the money that gets bet on the Super Bowl comes in the 48 hours before the game. But so far, we've seen no signs of New England buyback. Sharp money still all on Philadelphia, and we are seeing the over come in. What else do we got? How about this news with DraftKings talking about getting into the bookmaking business yesterday? Why is this big news? Why is this big news? Simple, okay? If DraftKings gets into the sports betting game in any way, shape, or form, who owns portions of DraftKings? Well, MLB owns a portion of it. The NHL owns a portion of it. That would mean that the baseball and hockey would own a stake in the bookmaker. Great tweet from David Payne Burnham from ESPN. If DraftKings does get into the sports betting game, MLB and NHL would have a stake in a bookmaker. Wild times. I can't even imagine this 5 years ago, let alone 10, let alone 20. Times, they are a-changing. Here's a good one, and I had to put this in. I like Aaron Kessler. He's a real good guy down at the Golden Nugget, and he's good for a good quip. All right, Aaron Kessler. He's retweeting Matt Lindman, saying it's 2018 and people still think fading the public and analyzing reverse line movement are how you make money betting on sports. And here's Kessler's response. Number of times I have heard an actual bookmaker seriously use the term reverse line movement, half. Minus 3,000 to the under. Yeah, people are trying to figure out all these different ways to bet sports. And now that sports betting is becoming more popular amongst the general public, so much bad info out there. I'll tell you what, wise guys aren't worried about reverse line movement where the public's on one side and the line's moving the other. It's not about that. All right. Good luck if you're trying to beat the books that way. In my opinion, the best way to beat the books is to pay attention to shows like this one. Find little edges over time can and do pay off. Bad beats, bad bets, bad for the books. I don't know what we want to call this. Should we call it a bad bet or a bad for the books? We can probably call it both. Crazy line move in the SMU Tulsa game last night. SMU bet up from -3 to -7. And then Tulsa bet from +7 all the way back down to +3.5. The markets bet the game heavy early. They didn't in the know. They didn't know that leading scorer Shake Milton was going to be out for SMU, and the game crashed late when the lineups got announced. Tulsa gets the money. Weird game. The money got bet all the way up, bet all the way back down. We can call it a bad bet. We can call it bad for the books. Either way, bizarre contest. Bunch of bad for the books in the NBA last night. Certainly the Rockets weren't a good game for the house. We'll talk more about Houston in big game breakdown coming up later in the show. But, they were still down Trevor Ariza. They were still down Eric Gordon. They still took the money. They were bet pick 'em at the open to -2.5 at the close against San Antonio. Only 8 players saw action, but tight chemistry. And note this, good defense and got it done. Houston beating San Antonio, a bad result for the books. Another one. What about the totals last night? The Bucks and the T-Wolves. The under got steamed. 212 down to 208.5. Huh? The Bucks aren't undefeated under Joe Prunty anymore. And the effort was so bad in last night's blowout loss. 13 different players. We got at least 4 minutes in the game. Prunty was searching for a combination. He never found a combination that works. Bottom line, under took a bunch of money, under cashed with relative ease. And another one, Nuggets Thunder, man, that over got steamed. 212 all the way up to 218.5. And I'll tell you what, that was no sweat from the opening tip. There was 73 points in the first quarter. OKC defense without Andre Roberson. We talked about earlier in the week here on Sportsbet. It's a mess right now. But, man, the Thunder sure can scramble it up from behind on offense. They rallied from 20 down to tie the game late, but Gary Harris won it at the buzzer for Denver. You can see him celebrating after the game. Big win for the Nuggets. Bad result for the books with all of that over money. And one in college worth talking about. Bettors had it right. Northwestern, Wisconsin. The Badgers season has gone from bad to worse. They are in free fall mode right now. Bettors knew it. They took Northwestern plus the points. And, of course, they bet the under in that contest. 130 down to 127. It fell 112. A true grinder of a ball game. Bettors got that one right. That was not a good result from the house. For the house. 1, 2, 3, 4 big game breakdowns coming up next. 2 for tonight, 2 for Saturday on this weekend preview edition of SportsBet. Stay tuned. Like the show? Help us keep the lights on. Please make sure to comment, share, and subscribe to all the Sportsbook Review videos. Thanks so much. Best of luck. Enjoy the game.